Hi YouTube, we're in the man cave today. I've been asked quite a lot of questions about these fire discs that I showed in one of the previous videos. So I thought today I'd show you how I actually make them and why they're a bit of a benefit. So first of all, what do you actually need to make them? Well, some wax, any candles or any old wax will do. Some cotton wool pads. These are just cheap ones from any sort of chemist. It's just used for removing makeup, not that I wear makeup. Some petroleum jelly, this is the Vaseline make. And an old pot. Wee tip, do not use the wife's good pot. Make sure it's an old pot because you'll not be able to use it for anything else again. Also some greaseproof paper for drying the pads out once they've been soaked. So, first thing we do, drop some wax into the pot and then pop the pot on the stove. Just leave that to melt down for a bit. What I'll do in the meantime is show you the difference between having just a standard cottonwood pad and having one of the fire discs and why it actually makes a difference. So I'm going to bring you in closer, we'll light up two of them and let you see what the difference is. Okay? So, we've got the fire disc and we've got the cotton wool pad. Piece of cotton wool pad apart, the fire disc, rip it in half and again just tease it apart slightly. We'll light this one first. And we'll leave that one to burn away there. Okay. The cotton wool pad, we'll light and we'll let that burn away there. And hopefully you should see the difference between the two. So already the cotton wool pad is pretty much burnt out and the fire disc is still going strong. In fact, there's still about half of it that hasn't even lit yet. Cotton wool, pretty much gone. That's the other half of it going as well. So a much longer burn gives you a much better chance for starting the fire, gives you more length of flame. Longer time of flame for that. So we'll just leave that to burn away there. So, melting away nicely there. Next thing we're going to add in is some Vaseline. So you want to be quite generous with this. Nice big blob and just melt it in. You find that's going to melt and mix with the wax that's in there. I'll put in just a bit more. And that's just going to melt away nicely. So just leave that again simmering. While it's going, I'm just going to show you this. That fire disc's still burning away there. We'll give this just a little stir. If you are using candles, just remember that the wick will melt out the candle. You can always take the wick out and use that for something else if you're making your own candles at a later time. just to show you, that's just melting away just nicely there. And the fire disc is still going. There's a bit of the old cotton wool ball just there. We'll burn that up quickly as well. I'm just going to put a glove on to lift this off because it does get very hot on this wood stove here. And that is pretty much melted there. So I'm going to take it off the stove, and then we're going to start making the discs from this. So this is bubbling away quite nicely. So I've taken this off the stove, and that's just all melted into one there. Just a couple of old tent pegs. I'm going to quickly dip this. It's all you need, and put it on the paper. Dip it. Oops. Lift it. Put it on the paper to dry. What I've found, don't leave it too long to soak through. You want to just give it a quick dip in and out again. The reason being, if you leave it in too long and it saturates right the way through the cotton wool, it is a bit more difficult to get a flame going. You need to tease it apart a bit more, and with the wax all the way through the cotton wool, it makes it more difficult to tease it apart. So just a quick dip and out. You really just want to coat the outside of it. And just for your information, that is that fire disc that I did the demonstration on, just went out now. There we go. So that's a few discs I've made there. Don't worry if you haven't used all the wax, because that's just going to dry and harden again, and you can reuse that time and time again. So what we'll do is we'll leave these discs to dry out. Once they dry out, I'll bring you back and we'll do a little demonstration with them and see how we get on. Okay, so we've given them just a little bit of time. They've dried off. That's the point of putting the candle wax on. It means you've got a waterproof, sealed bit of cotton wool. It also, when mixing with the Vaseline, means you don't have that gooey, tacky Vaseline on it. It all solidifies and hardens, so it's nice and easy and not messy to carry about. The Vaseline just helps it burn that bit longer. So let's give it a try and see how it goes. Okay, so when you rip it apart, if you've not had it submerged too long in the wax, it should get really, really fluffy, as you can see there. That's the way you want it. That means it's going to take a spark nice and easily. But I'm going to cheat today and use a lighter. Okay. So we'll bring you just ever so a bit closer. Okay. So let's give it a try and see how it goes. There we go, and it's away. So that's how easy they are to make. Any type of sort of wax, melt it down, add a bit of Vaseline into it. There's no tried and tested measurements that I use, I just throw in a dollop. A quick dip for your cotton wool pad, leave them on some greaseproof paper to dry out, and you have yourself a fire disc. Give it a try by all means, and leave some comments, suggestions or any ideas, and we'll catch up with you soon. Back soon. Bye bye.